So good morning, students. In regard to the IA, second IA, which is scheduled from tomorrow, the SLA will be on Friday. So as we have decided, we have kept entire module 4 and module 5 starting from the content which we had left in IA 1. Right? So we'll have the content in module 5 starting from valuation of eigenvectors, eigenvalues. But once you have to do that, then in that case, you'll have to find the eigenvalues and then the eigenvectors. So we start from there. So you will be having a question on eigenvalues, eigenvectors, right? So first you will have to calculate the eigenvalues, the lambda, and from there you'll have to find the eigenvectors. Right? So you can expect a 2 cross 2 or a 3 cross 3 matrix. Okay. So that is manually possible. So that there'll be a question on eigenvectors, eigenvalue. Okay, you can practice the questions which are given in the model question paper. Okay. Next is on diagonalization. So matrix would be given, and it would be expected from you to find whether the matrix is can be can be a diagonal matrix or not. So there is a procedure to that. Again, you can expect a 2 cross 2 or a 3 cross 3 matrix. Then the next point there is about positive definite matrices, and in that we already know what is a positive definite matrix, and we should be able to explain it with the property. Let's say using an example or a numerical could be given where you'll have to find whether the matrix is positive definite or not. Okay. So this is what we will have. In module 5, you also have a singular value decomposition, right? So that also could be one of the factors, one of the question there. And so a matrix would be given, and you would be asked to find the singular value decomposition of that matrix. Right? So that has about 5 to 6 steps. So that we have already done in class. Then we have solved for orthogonality in module 5. Right? We are doing the GS procedure, but we have to find the orthogonal vectors. So the one that we have solved in from the model question paper, right? Whether the matrices are pairwise orthogonal or not. So that would also be asked. A projection, you would have a question on projection of A on B or B on A, and then calculate those vectors. The GS procedure, one question will be there. So you can practice that. We have solved a couple of numericals yesterday. We'll be doing so now also. Then from the vector spaces to find the dimension and the 4 fundamental subspaces. So
So I hope now my screen is visible. Anyone, can you confirm if my screen is visible? Anybody?
Yes, sir. Your screen is visible.
Okay. And I'm just scribbling something on top. So let me know if you are able to see that also. Yeah, is that visible too?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So I've just given you a gist of your IA2, what are the contents. So each and every topic which is mentioned in module 5 and module 4. So we'll try to have a numerical based on each and every topic. Okay. So let's try and solve more numericals on the GS procedure. Okay. So there will be a question on GS procedure for sure. Okay. So we started off yesterday with the Gram-Schmidt orthogonalization procedure, and we know the steps there. So these 3 steps are the ones that we need to find. So the aim is to find the orthonormal basis function. So we need to find Q1, we need to find Q2, and we need to find Q3 if we are given 3 matrices. And like I told you yesterday, more than 3 matrices I have not seen in any question paper, because manually it becomes very difficult to calculate. Right? So after we find Q1, Q2, Q3, we need to find the orthonormal basis function Q, which is given like that. And then we can also factorize the given matrix A into Q into R, and that is given by these 2 matrices, right? So R there is a row reduced echelon matrix, which is an upper triangular matrix, and Q is nothing but the orthonormal basis functions, right? So basically in the GS procedure, we start with independent vectors and we end with orthonormal vectors, right? So we solved a couple of problems yesterday. So now let's pick one more numerical. Okay. So the steps of GS procedure are defined properly. Please do not miss on the steps. Okay. And only thing is you'll have to evaluate properly. Okay. So let's look at this question, which is given in the model question paper. So the question is, for 3 independent non-orthogonal vectors, that is A equal to 1 comma negative 1 comma 0, B equal to 2 comma 0 comma negative 2, and C equal to 3 comma negative 3 comma 3, right? So for these vectors which is given, the question is find value of Q. Find the value of Q. So we need to find the orthonormal basis function Q. Okay. So I'll do one thing. I'll give you just a minute, so you can start off, right? You can start off with finding A, and then I will start finding A, and you can proceed with B and C, and then we can match our answers, right? So just take a minute and first find A, right? So I'll help you out with the step 1. I'll just write the step 1, okay? In case if you don't have it, we need to find A, which is A. And from there, we need to find Q1, which is A divided by length of A. Right? So that A equal to A is already given to us, right? So this is of the form 1, negative 1, 0, right? So let me know what answer you get for Q. So I hope you have proceeded. So now let me find Q. So we'll have 1, negative 1, 0, which is A, divided by, once we have to find the length of A, that will be 1 square plus minus 1 square plus 0. So that is going to be root 2, right? So we're going to have this equal to 1 by root 2, negative 1 by root 2, and 0. Right? So I hope you're getting that Q1. Anyone getting that Q1? I think that is very simple. Anyone, can you confirm if you're solving? I hope everyone is solving with me. So next we need to calculate B. That will be B minus Q1 transpose B into Q1, right? And our aim actually in this step is to find Q2, which is B divided by the length of B, right? So that is what we need to find. But for that, we need to find B. Okay. So let me write B here. So B given to us is 2, 0, negative 2 minus Q1 transpose will be 1 by root 2, negative 1 by root 2, 0 into B, which is 2, 0, negative 2. This will multiply with the Q1, which is 1 by root 2, negative 1 by root 2, and 0. So one of you can let me know what answer you get for B. Let me know what answer you get for B. So I hope you've already got to this step. Anyone getting that as B? Can anyone confirm if you are getting that B?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone else? So if we have two confirmations, we are okay.
Sir, 1 minus 2, sir.
1, 1 and minus 2. Okay, that is the B I also have. So we have 1, 1 and minus 2 here. Okay. So now the next step is to find Q2, and Q2 is B divided by the length of B, right? So you'll have 1, 1 minus 2 divided by square root of 1 square plus 1 square plus minus 2 square. So you have 1 by root 6. The denominator is root 6. So Q2 is going to be 1 by root 6, 1 by root 6, negative 2 by root 6. Right? Are you getting that Q2?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you have got that Q2, we can proceed to step 3. We need 3 steps because 3 matrices are given, right? So here we need to calculate the third orthonormal basis function, that is Q3, which will be C divided by length of C. Before that, we need to find C. So C is nothing but the projection of Q1 and Q2 on C, right? So you'll have C minus Q1 transpose C. Let me write this properly. Q1 transpose C into Q1 minus Q2 transpose C into Q2. And once we are able to find that value of C, then we can easily find Q3, right? So this will take some effort because we are having three factors there, and there is multiplication also inside, right? So C will be, let me write C here. C given to us is 3, -3 and 3 minus. I hope you have Q1 and Q2 with you. I've scrolled down. So Q1 transpose is 1 by root 2, -1 by root 2, 0. And then you have C, which is 3, -3 and 3. And this multiplies with Q1, which is 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2, sorry, -1 by root 2 and 0. Minus, let me write the third term down there because it won't fit. Right? So you have negative, and so I'm writing here. You have Q2 transpose, which is 1 by root 6, 1 by root 6 minus 2 by root 6 multiplied with C, which is 3, -3 and 3. And this will multiply with Q2, which is 1 by root 6, 1 by root 6, -2 by root 6. Right? So these are the three factors which we have. So now step by step we need to solve them, right? So C here will be, let me keep the first term as it is, 3, -3 and 3. So now in the second term, let's multiply the first two factors. So you'll have 3 by root 2 plus 3 by root 2, right? So you'll have 6 by root 2, right? So 6 by root 2, and this will multiply with 1 by root 2, -1 by root 2 and 0. Likewise, in the third term, we'll have 3 by root 6 minus 3 by root 6 minus 6 by root 6. So we'll be left with, let's see, minus will become, let me write the negative term for clarity. So we'll have negative 6 by root 6. And that will multiply with Q2 there. So we have 1 by root 6, 1 by root 6 and -2 by root 6. So if you're solving simultaneously, I hope you are checking it as well. So the first term is 3, -3 and 3. Now let's multiply the second term with that constant. So we'll have, I'll keep the negative outside and I'll write it in the matrix. So we'll have -6 by 2, -6 by 2 and 0. I'll keep negative sign outside in the third term as well. So we'll get -6 by 6, -6 by 6 and plus 12 by 6. So C will now be, now it's easy to simplify. So you have 3, -3 and 3 as the first term minus, and now we have -3, -3, 0 minus -1, -1 and 2. So now it becomes a simple matrix. I'll take the negative signs inside. So 3, -3 and 3 plus, we'll have 3, 3, 0. Let me take the negative sign outside. So this will be plus 1, 1, -2. Now it's easy to find the final answer because it's all about addition now. So 3, -3 and 3 is the first term plus, now we can just simply add. So 4, 4, -2. And therefore we'll have 7, 1, 1. Just check if I've made a mistake anywhere.
Sir, 111 answer.
1, 1, 1. 1 second. That's what I'm also checking. Huh? Yeah, right. So this will be a -3 actually. Right. Okay. So I think, yeah, you will get a 1, 1, 1. So I made a mistake there. Okay. Anyone else getting that 1, 1, 1? Anyone getting C as 1, 1, 1, 1? Waiting for one more confirmation. If we get that, then we can proceed. Anyone else for with C as 1, 1, 1?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Not audible. Are you saying yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So once you get C as 1, 1, 1, then we can proceed and calculate Q3. I've already done that. So you can check if you get that. That is right. I think Q3 will be 1 by root 3, 1 by root 3, and 1 by root 3. Okay. So with that, finally we can find Q, which will be Q1, Q2, Q3, right? And we'll write them in the column forms. So Q1 is 1 by root 2, negative 1 by root 2, and 0. Q2 is 1 by root 6, 1 by root 6, minus 2 by root 6. And Q3, as we have just found out, is 1 by root 3, 1 by root 3, and 1 by root 3. Right? So the question is only to find Q, and that we have done. But like I told you yesterday, we can also go ahead and factorize it and then check our answer if that is correct or not. Okay. So since we have time, let's do that. So it will be a practice. So with the factorization, this is what we need to find, that A is Q into R, right? So this will be of the form A, B, C equal to Q, which will be Q1, Q2, Q3, and R will be of the form, since this, three matrices are given, this will be a 3 cross 3 matrix. So Q1 transpose A, Q1 transpose B, Q1 transpose C, 0, Q2 transpose B, Q2 transpose C, then 0, 0, and Q3 transpose C. Right? We already have the LHS with us, right? A, which is given to us, right? A, B, and C are given. Q1, Q2, Q3 we have already found. So our only task is to find the row reduced echelon form, which is R. So for that we need to find those values, right? So Q1 transpose A, Q1 transpose B, and so on, right? So let us try to find them. Please don't make mistake in this. It's just to simplify, right? So Q1 transpose A will be of the form 1 by root 2, negative 1 by root 2, 0, into A, which is 1, negative 1, 0. Right? Similarly, we have Q2 transpose B, which will be 1 by root 2, negative 1 by root 2, 0, and B is 2, 0, negative 2, 2, 0, negative 2. And we have Q2 transpose C, 1 by root 2, negative 1 by root 2, 0, and C, which is hold on, I made a mistake. This is Q1 transpose B and Q1 transpose C. So Q1 transpose C will be that value multiplied with 3, negative 3, and 3. And here we can calculate Q2 transpose B, which is 1 by root 6, 1 by root 6, negative 2 by root 6, multiplied with 2, 0, negative 2. Then Q2 transpose C, which is 1 by root 6, 1 by root 6, minus 2 by root 6, multiplied with C, which is 3, negative 3, and 3. And finally, Q3 transpose C, which is 1 by root 3, 1 by root 3, 1 by root 3. And multiply this with 3, negative 3, and 3. So any answers for the first one, Q1 transpose A? So you'll have 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2. So 2 by root 2, you'll get root 2. Is anyone getting that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next is you'll have 2 by root 2 plus 0 plus 0. So this will again be root 2. Q1 transpose C will be 3 by root 2 minus 3 by root 2 plus 0. So sorry, 3 by root 2 plus 3 by root 2. So 6 by root 2. Okay. That 6 by root 2, if you wish, you can simplify it further. So I'll just show you here. 6 by root 2 we can write as root 6 into root 6 by root 2. Right? And I can write this further as root 6 into root 3 into root 2 by root 2. Therefore, I can write this as root 18. Okay. So you can also leave it as 6 by root 2, doesn't matter, but I've just simplified it to root 18. Okay. Okay. And what about Q2 transpose B?
Root 6, sir.
Q2 transpose B, yeah, root 6. You'll get root 6. And Q2 transpose C, I think you should get negative root 6. Are you getting that?
Yes.
Yeah, negative root 6. And Q3 transpose C, you'll have 3 by root 3 minus 3 by root 3, 3 by root 3. So you'll just get root 3. Are you getting that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have all the values now. Okay. So I'm scrolling down. I'm hoping you have solved. So you have the values. So finally, I can write A equal to QR for this numerical as. So I'll plug in A, B, and C. So I can write A as A, B, and C. So I'll write them. So you'll have 1, negative 1, 0, 2, 0, negative 2, and 3, negative 3, and 3. We can write Q in the form of Q1, Q2, Q3. So therefore, this we have already written. So I'll just quickly rewrite 1 by root 2, negative 1 by root 2, 0, 1 by root 6, 1 by root 6, 2 by root 6, negative 2 by root 6, then 1 by root 3, 1 by root 3, 1 by root 3. And then we have R, which we have just found the values. So first you'll have Q1 transpose A, which is root 2, Q1 transpose B, which is root 2, Q1 transpose C, which is root 18, 0, Q2 transpose B, which is root 6, Q2 transpose C, which is negative root 6, 0, 0, and finally Q3 transpose C, which will be root 3, right? So if you multiply the RHS, obviously you should get the LHS, and that is where the check will be there, right? So in the Gram-Schmidt orthogonalization procedure, like I mentioned yesterday, we are always in a position to check our answer, right? So even though Q is asked, just the factor Q is asked, the orthonormal basis functions are asked, I suggest that you go one step ahead. You go one step ahead and see to it that you are able to find, the factorizations so that you can always check your answer. Okay. So let us solve one more numerical. We have time for that. Okay. I've already discussed the major points which you will have in your second IA. Okay. So we'll cover all the topics with one numerical. Okay. So be ready for that. Okay. So this is another question from the model question paper which VTO has shared. So I'll directly give you the vectors. So we are given three vectors: 0, 0, 1. That is A. B is 0, 1, 1. And C is 1, 1, and 1, right? So for this, using the GS procedure, we need to find the factor A equal to Q1. A equal to Q1. Okay. So this is the fifth problem that we are solving on the GS procedure. So by now you should be in a position to understand and solve yourself, right? So please go ahead and solve this. I am giving you time. Okay, I have already pre-solved it, so I have the answers. Sometime I will give you the answers also. So please go ahead and solve this. Okay, so I'm hoping you're solving it. Okay, so I hope you have already reached step 2, because step 1 is very easy. So I'll give you the answer for step 1. So step 1, we find A equal to A, which is given to us as 0, 0, 1. And from here we can find Q1, which is A divided by the length of A. So we have 0, 0, 1 divided by root of 1 square. So Q1 basically is 0, 0, and 1, right? That is very simple to solve. So step 2, you need to find B, which is B minus Q1 transpose B into Q1. So B here is B, which is given to us is 0, 1, 1 minus Q1 transpose is 0, 0, 1. B is 0, 1, 1, and Q1 here is 0, 0, 1. So let me know what answer you get for B, and from there we can find Q2, which is B divided by the length of B.
0, 1, 0, sir.
The B which I have after solving, you can match with me. I have 0, 1, and 0. Anyone getting that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, good. So then from here, Q2 is very simple because you only have 1 there. So it will divide by root 1 square, which is 1. So Q2 is also the same. You'll have 0, 1, and 0. this is actually it looks like a complicated problem, but because of only one value one, we are able to, the solution becomes very simple. Right? In step 3, we need to find C, which is C minus Q1 transpose C into Q1 minus Q2 transpose C into Q2. So we'll have C, which is 1, 1 and 1 minus Q1 transpose C. So let me know what answer you get here. And this will multiply with Q1, which is 0, 0, 1 minus, let me know what you get for Q2 transpose C, and this will multiply with Q2, which is 0, 1, 0. So let me know what you get for Q1 transpose C.
Sir, C answer is 100.
C answer is 1 second. No, let me check. Okay. So Q1 transpose C, which I get here is 1, and Q2 transpose C, which I get is 1, and the C which I have is 1, 0 and 0. Are you getting that? Anyone getting that? Check the answer. Are you getting that?
Yes, sir.
Yes? Okay. So if you are getting C like that, it's very easy to see that Q3 will just be same as C. So there's no difference there. So we have Q1, Q2 and Q3 with us. So therefore Q can be written in the form of Q1, Q2 and Q3. So that form I'll write it. Q1 is 0, 0, 1, Q2 is 0, 1, 0, Q3 1, 0, 1, 0. Right? But the numerical is not done there. We need to factorize. So we need to factorize as A equal to QR. So let me write that. A, which is will be of the form. So this will be of the form A, B, and C equal to Q1, Q2, and Q3, and of the form Q1 transpose A, Q2 transpose A, Q3 transpose Q2 transpose B, Q3 transpose C, 0, Q2 transpose B, and Q2 transpose C, 0, 0, Q3 transpose C.
Myself, Professor Santosh Sigwagavadi.
Okay, so let us see what values we get. So I'll write A as, and then I'll plug in the value of Q, which is 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, and 1, 0, 0. Right? That is the value of the Q that we have. Okay. Now let me know what values you get here. This will be 0, this will be 0. So I need a value here, 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 and here. So this is here Q, this is R. Hello. Hello, sir.
Sir, in the first row, all rows will be 1.
Okay, so I'm hoping you have found these values. So I had pre-solved it. So let me show you what values I have. Okay, please match with it. So I have these values. Okay, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Are you getting that value?
Yeah, sir.
Okay, okay. Now multiply them. Multiply Q into R and see what answer you get. So what answer you should get is this first column here should give you A, second column here should give you B, and the third column should give you C. Together they must be A. So we can say that A is equal to QR. Check what answers you get. Multiply and see. Okay. So the very first row which we can see is very easy. This will be 0, 0, 1. The second row that we get is 0, 1, 1. And the third one which we get is 1, 1 and 1. Okay, and these match with A, this matches with B, and that matches with C, right? So that is the check, A equal to Q into R, right? Are you getting that? Anyone, are you getting that answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay. So this is how we need to solve for the GS procedure. Okay. So